important that we figure out how we do the Sabbath day right. Right? So today, y'all coming today. Today is the Sabbath day. Right? Go to, is that it? Yeah, read the rest. Read the rest.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever.
So the sign is forever. So when we not keeping the Sabbath day, meaning we not worshiping on the right day, that means we don't have that promise. We're not having that promise fulfilled with God, right? That's the thing that we out here teaching, because along the way of us going through all the colonialism, the indoctrination of these religions, as you can see right here, we got this, right? What faith do you say you are? You say you Seventh Day Adventist, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what about yourself? Baptist? Yeah. Baptist, right? What about yourself?
I was apostolic.
Apostolic, right? Okay, so watch. On this sign, we got right here, right? We got Baptist, created in 1608 by John Smith, right? Got it? Right? Over here, Adventist, 1863, the so-called year the slaves was emancipated, 1863. So, with your faith that you've been worshiping, you was taught that after this date, right? You was taught baptism, right? You yourself, you know you Israel, so we need to see you out here in modest apparel, keeping the Sabbath day.
This is wrong.
Keeping the Sabbath day. No, you ain't wrong, sis. The only thing is you took too long because you said you've been watching for 2 years, so we getting on you, right? Y'all don't know that y'all the children of Israel today, do you? You knew already?
I know I'm a child of God.
A child of God. Which one? Which one? He got 12. Look, you see this sign? Step back for a second. I want y'all to come look at this sign real quick. Get a good view, right? Take it all in. Right here on this side. Right here on this side. You see what God calls us according to the Bible, right? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, right? All the way down. On this side, this is what society calls us today. We were scattered in slavery, right? So, which one of these nationalities over here do you find yourself? Judah, right? What about yourself? Judah, right? So, y'all both American black. So, you're from the tribe of Judah. What about yourself, sis? What's nationality? What's your nationality?
Black.
You was born in America? American black?
No, I was born in Africa.
You was born in Africa?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, she might be down there.
You down right here, Isaiah 11:11, right? Because our people is scattered. So our people are in Africa. Where you, Igbo? Ashanti? I'm just naming stuff. Trying to figure out. Where from Africa for you? Congo?
Tanzania.
I'll say again?
Tanzania.
Okay. All praises. So our people are scattered also over there. So we know the children of Israel, the so-called black Hispanics, right? The children of the slave trade. That's what we're going over. So now, read what you got.
The book of Isaiah.
Yep.
All right, the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 13.
Yep.
If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight,
right.
The holy of the Lord, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways.
Not doing your own ways. So on the Sabbath day, we're not supposed to be doing our own thing. Just like we said, it's requirements, right? Because that's a covenant that he made with the children of Israel between God and his people. So we're not supposed to be doing our own thing on the Sabbath day. Give me Exodus 20. You raised your hand. I didn't know if you had a question.
I was sending it way up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just take your time. You about to learn something today. Matter of fact, yeah, read that. Now, in church, right? Did they ever give you any requirements for the Sabbath day?
They actually want you to come up to after they speak, they want you to come up and get baptized.
Get baptized?
Come up to get baptized eventually.
Okay, so we're going to touch on baptism. Alright, you know what baptism is? What's baptism?
My holy water is be born again.
Holy water, you be born again.
Wash away your sins.
Give me that in Cleanses Way, Psalm 199. Right, 119:9, my bad, yep. All praise. Yep.
What are the requirements for the Sabbath when you pick the Sabbath or like?
Say it again, you come closer. Come closer, I can't hear you.
What are the requirements for the Sabbath?
Requirements for the Sabbath? Okay. okay.
You're not supposed to be doing anything, and I know that.
You're
But I
not
just
supposed
want
to.
Okay. Finish that first. We're going to finish the Sabbath first, then we're going to touch baptism. Give me 16:23. Watch this. So we're going to start from the beginning, the basics. These are the things that's going to get you the kingdom of God, right? Not all that deep stuff, not all that jumping and hooting and hollering and all that stuff that you see in the church. That ain't going to get you to God. What's going to get you to heaven is obedience.
Amen.
Obedience. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 16, verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath.
So the Sabbath starts, the day starts in the Bible when the sun goes all the way down. So when it's dark, that's when the next day starts. So it said, this is the rest of the holy Sabbath coming tomorrow. So it's on Friday night, right? So what are we supposed to be doing? Read.
It says, tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake today, and seed that you will seed.
Seed meaning boil, right? Keep reading.
And that which remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
So we're supposed to cook our meals for the Sabbath day the day before. We call it prep day. We running around all Friday from the time we wake up to the time that sun go down because we prepping for Sabbath because we know today is the day of rest. We're not supposed to be cooking, right? Give me Exodus 35. I'm going to show you what it says. That's saying we're not supposed to be cooking on the Sabbath day. We're not supposed to be doing no work, right? Until the sun goes down, right? So Sabbath day to keep it. This is how we keep it holy. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 2. 6 days shall work be done. But on the seventh day there shall be to you an holy day.
It's a holy day. I mean, this is the separated day, right? Read.
A Sabbath of rest.
Of rest. Will be rested on this day. Read.
To the Lord. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death.
So this was the law back then. Before Christ died on the cross and gave us some mercy, some grace, right? Back then, if you wasn't keeping the Sabbath day, you was getting put to death. That's how important the Sabbath day is to God. He read.
Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
When it's saying you shall kindle no fire, is it talking about lighting a candle? Is it talking about lighting incense? Right? It's not talking about that, right? What we just read, it said, bake what you're going to bake today, seed what you're going to seed, and lay it up till tomorrow. It's talking about cooking. So no throwing nothing in the oven, no turn on the microwave, no turning your stove on to cook nothing on the Sabbath day. No grilling, no fire, no kindle fire, right? But what do we do on the Sabbath, right? Because I know sometimes when we hear things that we're used to doing, it kind of goes in our brain and we fight against it for a second, like, I don't know, because, you know, I got some wings sitting in there marinating right now, you know what I'm saying? Them things will be good. You got questions?
Yeah, okay, since you say no cooking, not doing that, but I mean, I know that back in Africa, they were keeping the Sabbath day, like you said. You don't want no cooking, but then when we came to America, because we put the food in the refrigerator, it's like required that we heat it up. So how is God going to see that towards, you know?
Well, the thing is, there's ways to actually keep things fresh for the next day, right? Let's say you got a crock pot, right? Crock pot keeps things fresh. That's why you have aluminum foil, things like that. Also, you can eat cold food on the Sabbath. You don't have to actually eat that warm food. Because when you cooking the food, if you want it warm, there are ways to keep it warm until the next day. But there's also, you got cold cuts, you got cereal, you got all type of things that you can do to eat still and have a full meal. And
what do you do if you're hungry?
I went last night and baked me some chicken. I shredded it up real good. Got me a nice bun, threw some cheese on that must, some lettuce, and made me a sub sandwich. Man, that must gonna be fire today when I go back to the school. That's how you prep for the Sabbath, right? Because you know that's what we do. I done ate many great meals cold on the Sabbath because I love the Lord. You got another question?
Yeah, I had to change my job because I didn't feel like it was right to work on the weekend. So that's why I did that to, you know.
You're absolutely correct. Give me Exodus 20. We're going to give you this once again, requirements of the Sabbath day. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Right.
6 days shall thy labor and do all thy work.
So you got 6 days throughout the week to do all the work you got to do. All your shopping, all your yard work, all your housework, your work at your job, your 9 to 5. You got 6 days to get that done. Right? Keep reading.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
But on the Sabbath day, this day is
work.
We're not supposed to do no work on the Sabbath. So you feeling like you're not supposed to be doing something on the weekend, that's right. At least on Saturday, when it comes to the Sabbath day. But when Friday sundown hits to Saturday sundown, we're not supposed to be doing any work. So that's you absolutely correct. You got a question, bro? Come on over. Come look. Oh, okay. Oh, that's your son?
Yeah.
Oh, all praise. Look. Oh, hey.
I'm gonna step in front of you.
Look for the men to wake up, because the men gotta be the leaders, right? So, hey, come over here and learn some stuff. What we going over right now is how to keep the Sabbath day holy. You know what today is? Saturday, right? But according to God, it's what? It's his day of rest, the Sabbath, right? So that's what we're going over with the sisters. They asked, how do you keep the Sabbath day holy? One law we just brought out was what? What's one thing we just read? No cooking on the Sabbath. All praises, y'all sisters listening. You know how many times we come up here and read this over and over, and then we ask what we just read, and no one can remember? So I'm glad to see y'all sisters is retaining what I'm bringing out. So no cooking on the Sabbath. What was the next thing we just read?
Rest and no work.
No working. So that's what we just got done reading. No working. Those are two of the requirements on the Sabbath day. Now give me the other one. You know what I want. Are we done with that? Finish that off.
In it, thou shalt not do any work.
So there's no working on the Sabbath, right, Kiri?
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
So God made it so there's no loopholes to breaking this. He's saying anybody in your household, you can't say, hey, I can't buy nothing, so let me send my son to the store. He in the house with you. So you can't walk your dog, you can't do none of that. Keep the Sabbath day holy. Don't do no work, right? Anything that's gonna make a bead of sweat pop up on your forehead, just don't do it. This is another requirement on the Sabbath day. So I gotta remember these things because they don't teach you this in the church, right? On Sunday when you go to church, what you do when you leave?
Go home and drink up.
Yeah, you go home, cook. The elders, they want to go to Old Country Buffet and all these different places. They go to the restaurant right after, right? Now we just learned we ain't supposed to be cooking. We ain't supposed to be doing no work. Read that.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10, verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
To do what?
To sell.
This is talking about commerce on the Sabbath day, right? Keep reading.
That we would not buy of them on the Sabbath day.
So there's supposed to be no buying on the Sabbath day. No buying and no selling on the Sabbath day. So if you gotta go to the store, make sure you do it the day before. That's why we call it prep day. Prep day requires you to get all the things that you need for the next day, the Sabbath day, so that you can keep it holy, right? So when you gotta get gas, get it the day before. You gotta get your food. You want to cook something specific, cook it the day before. Make sure you lay it up and do what you gotta do to keep it warm without lighting a fire, right? Now, give me Leviticus 23.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
To do what?
Which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
Who knows what a convocation is? What is the word convocation? What does that mean? Anybody know? I know that ain't a normal Negro word. Convocation, right? It says these are supposed to be a holy convocation. It means gathering. It means a coming together, like you would do at church on Sunday, right? That's called a convocation. So, convocation. Yep, that means you're supposed to gather as a people. So, what we're about to read is convocation, meaning you're supposed to gather. A holy convocation. Read it. Yep. Read the next verse.
Even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done.
Right.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest.
Right.
And holy convocation.
A holy gathering, right?
Ye shall do no work therein.
You're supposed to be doing no work on the Sabbath.
It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
So that's one of the other requirements. Now, I'm gonna read them back off to you. What do we learn about the Sabbath? What's one of them?
We shouldn't buy or sell, we shouldn't work, we shouldn't
Don't do nothing on Sabbath. All praise. Y'all touched all topics. What was the last one we just read? Nope, what we just read. Holy what? Convocation, right? Meaning we're supposed to come together as a people. Give me Zephaniah 2:1. God wants his people to gather together on the Sabbath day. That's a part of what we read earlier about that covenant he made with us, right? All the children of Israel kept the Sabbath day, and we all came together because what? We are family.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.